Hi, I apologise in advance that I'm going to be bouncing up and down a lot in this video, but Bobby's just starting to wake up and I really wanted to get this filmed really quickly before she does, so yeah, I'm just going to bounce, so sorry about that. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick post while this is still fresh in my mind, because it's been 4 weeks now since Bobby was born, and the visitors have started to slow down. In the first couple of weeks we had someone around every single day. Sometimes there was, we had like 2 or 3 groups of visitors in the same day. So that was quite interesting, you know, it was kind of like juggling people, but it was brilliant, and I really wanted that to happen, that people came quite early on, and then we could get into some kind of routine afterwards, which I think we're kind of doing. So while it's still fresh, I wanted to kind of think about things that people say to new parents that, you know, advice that maybe you should heed, because you will get lots of terrible advice, or not terrible, you know, well-intentioned advice, but you know, they just don't think things through. It's like when I had pregnancy sickness and I was trying to explain to people that, you know, this is hyperemesis gravidae, whatever it's called. I can never say this. It's one of those words I just can't say. But you know, people will say to you, oh, have you tried ginger? And you're like, why are you saying this to me? I'm telling you, I'm throwing up like every hour. And yeah, ginger. So yeah, good intentions, but it doesn't hit the spot. But there are, you know, there are some advice. Oops, hold on. Just putting something down there. There is some advice that you'll get that I found actually was useful to me. So I'm going to share that. One was sleep when the baby's sleeping, and you're going, yeah, right, I've got other things to do. I've got a house to keep tidy. I've got, you know, kids to look after, all these other things that need doing. How can I, you know, how can I sleep when the baby's sleeping? And I was the same, and I think with my first daughter, I didn't sleep when she slept. I would use that time to potter around, but the problem was I was so exhausted that I couldn't look after her very well. I couldn't function very well because I was so tired. Bob is sleeping now. I could have taken a nap now, but I've chosen that I will take a nap when she naps in her next nap, if that makes sense, a bit later on in the day, because I'm waiting on some Amazon orders, and because I wanted to film this, and there's a few other things I wanted to do in this morning period. So I haven't napped now when she's napping, but when she sleeps I do try to sleep, because it's important that we look after ourselves just as much as it is that we look after our babies. So that's one piece of advice that I was given many times and I actually use. Another piece of advice that I was given, and I didn't use and I wish I had, was to batch prep. You know, prepare loads of meals in advance. And I had planned to do it, but Bobby came 2.5 weeks early, and I wanted to use those last 2 weeks to start putting things in the freezer and, you know, prepping meals that I could then heat up in those first few weeks. So we didn't have a chance to do that. And I really wish we had, and if she'd gone to full term, I would have done that. You know, some lasagnas and things that you can easily take out, defrost, put in the freezer, because we were running around like headless chickens for those first couple of weeks. The amount of takeaway we had was just crazy. So because of my sickness, I lost over 2 stone during my pregnancy. So I didn't weigh myself the entire way through. I weighed myself when I found out I was pregnant at the GP surgery. They weighed me, and strangely enough they didn't weigh me at all the whole time through. So why did they weigh me in the GP surgery? I don't know. But they weighed me then, and I weighed myself when Bobby was about 2 weeks old, and between those 2 times I'd lost over 2 stone. Now I don't want to know how much weight I put on in those first couple of weeks after Bobby was born, but I'm sure I would have actually lost quite a lot, and I put a lot of weight on in those first couple of weeks because we just ate badly. You know, we weren't prepared. I was too exhausted, my partner was too exhausted, and we ate just loads of takeaways basically every single day. We had takeaway, more or less. Some more healthy than others, but still takeaway. So yeah, I would have batch prepped things in advance. Another tip that was given to me, that is actually good advice, would be, hold on, let's check my tips. Sorry about it. Another tip that was given to me that was good advice was to not worry about being a good host. I know that sounds crazy, but like I was brought up to always make sure if someone's coming round that there's food and drinks and, you know, everything prepared and, you know, everything is spotless and all the rest of it. And whilst I think the first few visitors probably had a spotless house, and although I didn't cook for everyone who came round, I made sure there was food available, that if you came at dinner time there was dinner for you. And then after a few days I was exhausted from doing that. One set of friends got a full, well, nearly got a full roast dinner from me, but you know, I made them macaroni cheese and baked chicken and rice and potato salad from scratch and all these things, and they were like, why have you done this? You know, you've just had a baby. I think this was when the baby was 3 days old, and I did all of this. I'm like, well, it's a Sunday, I need to make a proper dinner. You've come here, you need a dinner. So that soon went. It's like, you don't need to be this extraordinary host. People know you've just had a baby. They know that you know, your head's not with it. That's okay. You know, be happy that I managed to, you know, get you a drink. But there's not, you know, don't try and make massive buffets, okay? They don't expect it. If they do, then they're crazy. They need to get to know that you have not got time for that crap. Exactly. You tell them. Another thing that I was told that I think is good advice, and that maybe if you're going through the same thing, you can let me know if you think it's good advice or not, but it's to make time for yourself, because it's one of those things that mums do not do on the best of days, let alone with a newborn. But make time for yourself, you know. Take that bubble bath. For me, it's to make sure I have a shower every morning. As I'm getting Princess ready for the school run, I make sure I have a shower too, because if I don't do it then, and I'm at home by myself most of the day, I find it hard to find time to do this. So I think I'm winning when I manage to take an extra shower later on in the day. I have a second one, and that's my me time. You know, Bobby's asleep, she's in her crib, and I take a shower, you know. It could be as simple as that. It could be finding time to paint your nails, or go to get your nails painted, or to make sure you get your hair done. My hair, I twisted this over the space of a few breastfeeding sessions. She was on me, I twisted, because it was just getting a nappy mess. But you know, finding time for you is important. It's for your self-esteem, for your mental health, for your well-being. You know, find time to do you. I think that's really important. It's one of those things that you could easily not do. You know, sorry, my phone is beeping. And yeah, that's it from me. I hope those tips were helpful. Bobby is going to wake up any minute now, and she is going to want the booby, so I'm going to split. But you'll hear more from me. I'm around, you know, just pop by whenever you want. Find me on my blog or on social media. I'm always around, so come chat. Chat to me while I'm breastfeeding. Even better, I spend a lot of my life with this one attached to my booby, you know, with my phone in my hand for company. So do come and chat to me. But until then, goodbye, and I'll see you on the other side.